In this episode, I ask Jim what it looks like after you're in a great group session. You have a great group talk, or you've watched a Jim Rohn YouTube video and you're pumped up and excited. What's the next step? You don't want to just be pumped up for pumped up sake. What are you to do? And how do you keep accountability within yourself and some close people around you to get moving? I think you'll really enjoy this episode. Jim's going to tell practical, real-life stories of what he's doing at age 69 to be living proof of this. And if this content's valuable to you, leave us comments. We want to hear from you. And if you're interested, I think it's really valuable if you're starting out in this process to go through our Rethink You 2.0 program. If you're interested in that, comment below. Enjoy. I think it's going to be a really fun conversation. See you inside.
How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey. And Jim, something you and I both love, we've been talking a lot about coaching and group sessions over these past several episodes. I was thinking about some recent conversations you've had. You worked with a real estate group of 40 people and you have another couple groups coming up. Just thinking about, what do you do after a great group chat? What do you do after you love Jim Rohn? Listen to a great Jim Rohn YouTube video. What do you do after you were in person in a 20 group for car dealers? What do you do after those great moments where you're like, wow, that was an amazing moment? What's next? Because I think a lot of people hear good things and then it stops. How do you make sure people take action?
I can't. It's not something that I want to do. And so my goal behind any presentation is to give a very accurate, reliable message, a very accurate presentation, that this is how I did what I did. This is what I recommend. I use a whiteboard and I write notes and I have a couple handouts, but I give it my best shot. And it's back to the old adage that we've heard 1,000 times. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him or her drink. And so I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to babysit you. I'm not interested. If you want to talk to me, you have to call me. You have my cell phone, you have my email, you have whatever. I'm not going to call you because I know me. And I make a joke about it. So I'll call you 1,000 times. I'll call you every day for the next year. I'm not going to do that. You have to. I sent somebody a message today. I said, call me. If you don't want to call me, don't call me. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'll sleep fine tonight.
There has to be initiative on your part.
I can't do it for you.
Yeah.
If I am doing push-ups every morning and I tell you what I'm doing and you say, that's a really cool idea, I'm going to start doing that. I'm not calling you tomorrow morning to say, did you do your push-ups? You got to do your push-ups. If you want to text me every day that you did your push-ups, that's fine. It takes no effort on my end. So I have 3 very close friends who I send my push-up numbers to every single day, which creates accountability, by the way. That's one of the advantages to having these team type things. So I do that every day. And one of those people is very close. We're close with each other. He is doing push-ups. The other 2 are different situations. The one fella, I said, do you want me to keep sending this to you? He said, you know what? It makes me do the things that I need to do, whatever that looks like. So, okay, fine. I keep sending them. The other guy is my physical therapist, physical trainer.
Right.
He loves getting my numbers. The other guy is my close friend. He's doing push-ups, and he sends me his numbers. And so we have this accountability thing going back and forth. So it's 3 people. But if you think I'm going to call any one of these people and bug them about this, I'm not. So I think where I have the responsibility, and everything is my fault, if I do a presentation and it falls upon deaf ears, I take responsibility for that. It wasn't good enough. So I'm going to go back to expert counsel. And I did, by the way, recently. I told you, I did my research, and this idea of telling stories came up. So I started working on my stories. That, I feel, made a very profound difference. And so what I need to do is to keep working on my presentation.
Yep.
I'm not going to make that phone call because I don't want to hear the nonsense. If it is to be, it's up to thee. You're the one that's got to do it. You got to do your push-ups. You got to go for the walk in the woods. You got to hug your significant other today. You got to save a certain amount of money per month so that you can be ready down the road. That would be a trip or retirement, vacation, whatever. You got to do these things. I can't do them for you. And I'm not going to follow up. I have yet to call anybody and say, hey, what do you think? I did call Skip. People have called me, and I have another presentation that I'm going to do for a gentleman who called me.
Yep.
He said, would you? I said, I sure would. Give me the date. Okay, what's the time? And it does conflict with my Scrabble time, but that's okay. I talked to Amy about it, and it's something I really want to do that I feel compelled to do. So I'm going to go speak. And I said to this young man, hey, I want you to send me email me. Here's my email. Email me exactly what you want me to do. I want an outline. And he said, wait a second. He says, I want you to do exactly what you did for Century 21. I said, that's easy. I can do that. I have the notes. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's very compelling. But you asked me a very pointed question. What happens after that? That's not up to me.
But it is up to the person that was there.
Yeah,
to take
absolutely.
action. Yeah.
They got to do
Put
it.
into practice.
They got to do the work. Jim Rohn said, things get better when you get better. He didn't say things get better when I get better. He said things get better when you get better.
Yeah, he didn't just say, hey, watch this great thing and then think about it.
He was
for a
very
while.
clear
It works
about
out
that.
for you.
Things get better when you get better. He said, work harder on yourself. Now, remember, I just did a presentation. So it's up to you to go home and work on getting better. It's up to you. The second thing he said, and I have it in my notes, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. It's up to you to do that. Does that answer your question?
It does.
That's a long answer to the question.
Yeah.
But that's,
People have to take personal responsibility.
they sure
You can't be like, oh, I watched this great YouTube video of Jim Rohn, or I was with Jim Shorkey in person. He said these great things. Then I go home the next day, life blows up, and I do nothing about it.
Yeah, and an example that would be, yeah, that Jim Rohn, he's fantastic. I've been watching Jim Rohn all day. So that's a great idea, but I think you might want to throw in a few push-ups.
Yes.
I think you might want to make a few phone calls. I think you might want to go greet some customers. Yeah, it's great to watch Jim Rohn all day, but at some point you got to throw in a few push-ups, guys and girls.
Yep.
You can't just watch videos all day. You can't just read all day. You got to just remember.
And you can't just end up in conferences. There's people I know that'll go to every business conference to get pumped up.
Here's the deal. This is going to sound controversial. Just think about what I'm going to say next. No decision is a decision. You have decided to not decide. You've made a decision. No decision is a decision. No action is an action. You've decided to not do the ABC. That's an action? Yeah, it is. It really is. Lying down, that's an action? Yep. I would suggest that a better action would be to lie down, roll over on your belly, and bang out a few push-ups. I would suggest that you sit down and do some what are called sit stands. You have that choice. When they measure longevity, there's different things they look at. One of them is called your GAIT, how fast you walk and how good your stride is. Something to work on. I'm working on that. Grip strength.
That's right. I thought you were going to go grip
Something to work on. How much weight can I carry? Something to work on. And ironically, one of the things that is a predictor of longevity, remember, you may not have seen this, but I told the story of my reason why, which is the great-grandchildren that they're not even here yet, but I know they're coming. And I want to be here for them. And so one of the predictors of longevity is my ability to do 20 push-ups. Do you think it's important to have goals?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think it's important to have reasons why that make you cry?
Yes.
Do you think it's important to achieve said goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear this? Jim is just sharing real experience of, we started out talking about what to do after you've watched a motivational video. A lot of salespeople want to get better. What's that next step after you're pumped up, after you've been to a group training, whatever that looks like? Jim is just saying you have a goal, but don't stay focusing on the goal. Focus on the list. And part of his list is, here's what I'm going to do push-ups wise. I have an accountability group that I'm texting. I'm not going to make them text me every day, but I'm texting them no matter what.
Morning.
And he's the living proof of this.
And one more thought, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then you can close it out. What happens when you motivate a room full of idiots?
I don't know, they run around in circles, or they...
You end up with a bunch of idiots. We got to fix that. We got to fix that.
Yeah.
If we're motivating somebody, but they're not taking action, then we have done a terrible job.
I remember you telling me, you were like, sometimes I hate motivational speakers. And I was like, Jim, you can't say that.
Yes,
You're
I
Jim
can.
Sharkey.
Yes, I
What are you
can.
talking about? And you were like, I hate when people speak just for the hype. And there's nothing behind what they're saying.
I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you right now, I got 12,600 steps. I got to get to about 14.2. And when we're done here today, you think I'm going to hit my number?
Absolutely. Yes.
And I'm going to play Scrabble with my lovely wife tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm going to eat a very healthy meal. and I'm going to sleep real good tonight.
Yes.
I had a great night's sleep last night. I sleep good every night, but some nights are better than others. This was a really good one. It's important.
Guys, leave a comment about the impact. Jim tells such impactful stories about. He's 69. He's not 29
I'm
doing
an old
50
fart.
push-ups in the morning. Those are powerful. It shows you that you don't have to be stuck if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. You can start today in making progress. And we've developed the Rethink You 2.0 program to teach you how to move through your goals. And you could self-pace that. You could pick your goal of, I want to work on my marriage. Jim has many pieces in that program. You might want to improve your health. You might have business goals. I really think this program can be helpful to you. If you're interested, leave a comment below and just say, hey, I'm interested. We'll shoot you a message. We'll send you the info. But also, let us know what you're learning. If you've made it to the end, drop a dolphin emoji in the comments below. We want to hear from you. We do this for you. We're both living this out, but we want to teach more people how to do that as well so that your life can get better and you can move toward your reason why.
In closing, we are blessed.
Yes.
We are blessed to have this information inside of us. And all we want to do is just give it to you.
Yeah.
And you can't pour from an empty vessel. And so this vessel is full, and I want to pour into you. And that's really the mission. And it brings me great joy. This is not about money for Jim Shorkey. It's not. It absolutely is not. How much money am I making on this whole thing? Zero. Not one dime. Yes or no?
Correct.
I said, whatever money comes in, which is a small amount, goes to Derek, who
And then
works
we
very
just
hard.
take it and put it back into.
But you work hard. You're entitled to take your wife out
Yeah.
to dinner. I got my act together and I'm good. This is not a money making. I remember one guy commented one time about another money making scheme by Jim Shorkey, and I was like, no, it's not. It's about trying to help you make money.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Thank you, Jim. We'll see you in the next episode.